Hello everyone, this is Leah. Welcome to my channel Got2Go. Welcome to the journey. Today I'm gonna talk about the best motorcycle gear for temperatures between 0 and about 25 degrees Celsius. Let's go! During all of my journeys that I did, I realized that bringing the right gear is really one of the most important things that you can do for yourself and as well for your health and for your well-being. And it's always a little challenge. Today I'm gonna talk about all the gear that I brought to my trip to North Cape. Picking the gear for a ride to North Cape was very challenging for me because you're hitting all kinds of weather conditions. There can be pouring rain, there can be temperatures up to 0 degrees, there can be temperatures with super nice weather, sunshine that are nearly like 25-30 degrees Celsius. So you really have to be prepared for everything. So what is the best gear to ride in that kind of weather conditions? In my opinion, there are three things that are very important if you go on a trip like the one to North Cape, where you know that you will not only be riding in very hot weather. And these things I call the 3 W's, and the 3 W's are: the gear has to be wind resistant, the gear has to be waterproof, which I think is maybe one of the most important things, and the gear has to be warm. In my opinion, one of the most important things when you're riding in these weather conditions is that your gear really is waterproof. It's the best if you don't have to fiddle around with some layers inside that are waterproof, or if you have to put something over. I really prefer if the gear itself is waterproof. So when Corona hit, I decided to buy myself new gear because all my normal motorcycle gear was in Africa. And I went to a shop and tried on gear, and I decided to buy this Climb Artemis jacket for women. They're a bit called different, I think, but they're as well a version for men. And the good thing about these jackets is that it is with a Gore-Tex membrane, which is really more or less 100% waterproof. You have a lot of zippers here everywhere, and they are very helpful as well because the zippers are there for ventilation. So if it gets warmer, you can just open them and your jacket is still kind of very good ventilated. You have a zipper here in the chest, you have another zipper down here in the chest area. You have 2 zippers that are here in the back of the jacket. But the problem then is as well, always zippers are the weak points of the waterproofness. So when water comes in, then it's mostly because I didn't close the zippers properly, or the zippers just couldn't close properly anyways. But I have been riding nearly 2 weeks in rain, and I stayed really dry most of the time, besides if something was coming in here above. I as well really like this jacket because it has a lot of pouches, which are very practical. You have a lot of pouches here everywhere. You have nice big pouches here on the sides. So you really can have a lot of stuff in this jacket, which I like a lot. The pants I chose is actually more or less a coincidence, because when I bought this Climb Artemis women's jacket, I as well bought the pants that belong to them. But I realized, unfortunately, the pants really caused me a lot of pain because they are very low cut. So for me, they are too low cut because the cut sits right on my hip bones, and whenever I sit down with them on a motorcycle, the top of the pants just like hit my hip bones and cause me really pain. So I first decided to take off with a completely different pants that was not waterproof at all. And after 2 days in the rain, I realized I need something waterproof. And then the only shop that I came by was a BMW shop for BMW motorcycles. And I went in there and found this pants that I now actually love a lot, even though I'm normally not the biggest fan of BMW motorcycle gear. This here is the BMW Enduro Guard pants. And for me, it's perfect because the women's version and I think as well the men's version, because my travel partner bought it too, they are both pretty high cut, which I love when it's cold because I really don't need to have like something that is too low. You can see it as well here in my back. It's nicely and high, so whenever you sit, it's just super comfortable. The other thing that I really like about it, it's as well 100% waterproof. It's more loose here around your knees. That is because they wanted to have like kind of like an enduro style cut, which I think looks pretty good. It's very comfortable, that it's kind of like more tight up here and sitting very well. Another important thing here that it has, like here in the inside, has this leatherish fabric that you can see here, and that's of course very good because this is always the part of the pants that uses up the most, because you're always close to your motorcycle and sometimes when you stand up you kind of steer it with that part. So this is the part that normally has like the most problems for me, because there's like always the part where I normally get holes in my motorcycle pants. As well, these pants have all these zippers that you can see here. They have zippers here in the front, they have zippers here in the back, and so as well the pants gets pretty nicely ventilated if you open all of these zippers, which I think is important to have gear that is not only warm and waterproof when it's cold, but that as well, if it gets 25 degrees, you can just open it and have a little bit of ventilation and don't need to sweat yourself to death. The boots that I'm wearing, it's always the same boots. I think I have already been through, you can see them here. I have already been through, I think, 4 or 5 pair of these boots. I'm wearing the Alpinester Toucans. They are as well 100% waterproof. They are more wide in the top because my legs are not that thin. So I like to have a lot of space, and they only have 2 buckles to close them. And in the top, you just close them here. They are just perfect boots. I might make a bigger review about them at one point. I was riding this time with these gloves. They are BMW gloves. I find them very comfortable because they have this leather-like fabric here that is very thin, and sometimes it can cause problem if the leather inside of the gloves gets too thick. So it's kind of like if you grab the handlebar, there's like friction between your hands and the glove. So these are very comfortable. I can highly recommend them, but I as well go through, I think, 3 pairs of gloves a year, so I change them very often. A big game changer for me was the helmet that I was driving with this time. It's this year the Klim Krios Pro, and I bought it as well when Corona hit to get a helmet, and the dealer had basically only this helmet, and I tried it on and I was in love immediately. I will make a bigger helmet review at one point because I really want to compare all the helmets that I wore so far, and but this really ranks in my favorites. A very important piece of gear that I'm basically wearing since my West Africa journey is this here. It's a neck brace, and it's there for protecting your neck when you fall. So you put it around your neck, close it, and due to the height here on the sides and in the back, you can, if you fall, your neck will not be overstretched in any direction, so it can really protect you. Mine is a one that is out made of carbon, and it's from the company Lead, so it's as well super light. if you buy one of these, I really highly can recommend to use the carbon version, because it makes such a difference in weight and such a difference as well in your comfort. I really don't realize it a lot if I wear it. And thank you, Lead, for sending this to me. I bought my first neck brace myself, but that is still in West Africa with all of my other gear. So Lead was so nice to send this one to me for this journey, but I would have as well bought it myself. Some advice for gear that is really a life changer, especially in cold temperatures, is bringing the right things to warm your neck and your face. And I only realized this now on this trip because we had so much cold weather, and normally I only wear this thin scarf that you can see here on me, but for this trip, because I knew that it would become quite cold, I brought this one. This is from Buff, which is this brand that is very popular with producing this. I actually bought this one for skiing, but now I thought, if it fits for skiing, why not using it for motorcycling? And I think that's a very important thing to remember, because all the gear that you use for outdoor sports that keep you warm, they are mostly transferable. If you have very nice skiing underwear, wear them as well when motorcycling. So this is actually for skiing. It's like a fleece thing, and I wear it normally. Now in Norway, I even wore like 2 of them. I always wore this. I wore this over it, and this is as well for me a lifesaver, because I as well wear it often in the evening when it gets cold. I often wear it just as a headband because my ears get cold so easily. So I really wore this every day, all the time. Another one that really changed my life on this trip to Norway is this one. I normally really don't like this masks that kind of like cover your face and only leave your eyes and your nose free, because I feel somehow they feel very tight to me. So I really don't wear them very often. But the climb helmet is very, very good ventilated, but as well a contra of that helmet is that it can get very cold. So I brought this here, and for me this was just so comfortable. You put it over and it keeps your head warm, it keeps your side warm, and it as well keeps your neck warm with all the things that I had around my neck. So it was really all the time super cozy and nice. This one is from a brand called AK457 for snow mountain enthusiasts. The most important thing when driving in cold weather is keeping yourself warm, and that is best done by layering. And here are my essentials for layering. Number 1 is this one. It's a windbreaker. I think it's one of the most important items that you should have with you on each journey. And this one that I have, it's from Nike. I used it already a lot. And here you see as well, it's not a motorcycle like kind of windbreaker. It's from Nike. It's actually for Nike Golf. It does everything that you need. It breaks the wind, it keeps you a little bit warm, and for me this is just perfect. One thing that I would always look for if I buy a new windbreaker is the length, because you can see this one here is quite long, and that's for me as well very important, because it's just a bit more comfortable, and you always have this centimeters that will keep you warm. You can wear it inside your pants, you can wear it outside your pants, and I just call it a few safety centimeters on the bottom. Number 2 is what I wear under the windbreaker. That is actually kind of like a windbreaker / sweater too. I got it from Triumph when I was going on my trip around the world. So it's very, very old, but I still wear it and I still love it. It's so fantastic because it has like this fabric that is completely windbreaking here in the front, and then under the arms and in the back it has this more cozy, fleecy fabric, and that's super comfortable and keeps the rest of your body warm, while the front body is protected from all the wind that might be coming in. And what I as well love about this one, here it's very tight, which means if you're somewhere outside driving in the rain mostly only goes until here and then stops, because it will not go further than this one if some rain is coming in between your gloves and your jacket, which always can happen. Then it's not over with my upper body layering. I as well carry these days, I carry this here with me, which is, I don't even know, I think it's like a Polish brand or something like this, Adrenaline. And I take this with me now because that is just like an additional layer if it gets super cold. It's a little bit sticky, but if you really want to keep your temperature by yourself and don't want to give so much out of it, this is very fine. So my opinion is as well, if you layer, you can basically layer with everything. More important is what you have under these layers, like on your body. And I can highly recommend to get proper motorcycle / outdoor / sports underwear. And I always carry 3 different types of underwear. Long underwear for cold weather, should be made out of merino wool. That is the best deal and the best underwear that you can get for that. I'm unfortunately allergic to the oils in the wool, so I can only wear synthetics. I literally think if you buy once good underwear, you can have it for such a long time. I didn't even buy the best underwear. I bought warm underwear from this motorcycle shop here in Germany, from their brand Vanucci. And this here is the first warm underwear that I ever bought when I had my motorcycle license. So that is years ago. And I took this underwear basically to every journey besides of West Africa, where I knew it would not be so cold. And it still exists and it still works. And I still wear it for motorcycling. I wear it for skiing. I wear it everywhere. That here is the pants that belongs to it. It as well went with me through everything. I wore it for motorcycling. I as well just wore it for hiking, for hanging around when I was cold, for sleeping. I as well wear this underwear here that is like for medium warm weather. I have underwear for very warm weather, which I as well have some from Vanucci, and now I as well have one from Climb. And this underwear transports your sweat kind of like away from you, so that's very good if it gets very hot. And as well here, please look in your wardrobes what you already have from making different kind of sports. I just want to show you one thing here. So this shirt here is from Climb, and Climb advertises this as -1, they call it, I think, because they say it's kind of like normal temperature and then it even cools you down, which is very interesting because I love this fabric, and as you can see it's a little bit like perforated, so it has these little holes that makes it even more breathable. The interesting thing though is that I know that this kind of fabrics are as well used for many other sports, and my travel partner always wore these shirts that I at one point started to wear as well, because I realized, wow, they are really like the most comfortable ones, and that is a fishing shirt. So if you look at these fabrics, they have both more or less the same principle. They have both these little holes here in the fabric, and they are both very well ventilated. So as well here, if you have any kind of other gear that can keep your body cool or warm from any other sports, you really don't need to buy new things. Just try it out. It will be good enough for layering. So now one of my favorite pieces of gear, I wear it all the time. No matter how cold or how hot it is, I wear them when I do normal sports, I wear them when motorcycling. I really wear these things a lot. It's my socks. My favorite socks are the model Moto Extreme Light. There's as well a version that is a bit higher. The great thing about these socks is that they keep your feet kind of tight, so they make the blood circulate better and your feet get much less tired. Plus they are so fantastic no matter if it's hot or cold. Now we go to the most intimate part of my motorcycle gear. It's my underwear. Many ladies as well told me that they often have problem with the normal underwear that they are buying, even sports underwear, that it's just not so comfortable because always some seams somewhere put some pressure on your skin. So ladies, I can really highly recommend you use men's underpants. I love this one, which is from Calvin Klein, and I think it's called Calvin Klein Air. And this as well, funnily, has the exactly same structure like the Climb shirt or this fishing shirt. It has these little holes, and the great thing about it is that you don't have any seams here on your back of your ass, so it's super comfortable to ride in, and there will be no additional pressure on this. And I actually really don't know why there are not more brands who really make sports boxer underwear as well for ladies, because they are just so much more comfortable. You have to always look, you have to choose the synthetic fabric because that's much more comfortable than the cotton fabric. So now you know what I'm wearing even under my motorcycle gear. You know how I stay warm, you know which brands I take, and you as well know that it's really not necessary to only buy motorcycle brands to layer. So please just look in your wardrobe. It's always better to use the clothes that you already have at home before buying something new. Take care and got to go.